That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now, I should be able to figure out what it is. Oh my god.
This is my least favorite one.
What, wallpaper?
Wallpa. Is that right?
Yeah, it should be.
I don't know this
I love it. Oh! Paper. Got it.
There we go.
Jeez. I was like so focused on getting the next letter that I didn't even realize other pieces were like hitting each other. I kind of like that game though. It's kind of fun.
Yeah? It's probably more fun to play than it is to watch.
Probably.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap.
And it's missing the same shaped piece.
Along the edge of the wallpaper.
Okay. See, this is what... Sorry. This is where I was like... Remember when I said, but it was just a corner of the wallpaper that was torn off. In the zoom up picture, it is just a corner of it that's torn off. But in the, like, far away version, it's a whole square.
Is it?
Well, look at it. You can see it right now. See, it's just a itty bitty piece of the corner in the zoomed up one.
Oh, I see.
So I was like, it couldn't have been that big square piece of it because it was just the corner that was ripped off, but they just drew it differently.
Sometimes this game, it has like great attention to detail and then just a lack of it.
They're pranking me.
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper...
Depends which one you're looking at.
Yeah.
See? It fits perfectly.
Okay.
I see.
I'm a little
So
salty.
the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper. And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
Okay, now you tell. Please, if you have the solution, just do it.
Please.
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room.
Right.
Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear.
Can we snowboard, please?
Alright, let's give this a try. Please let me do the snowboarding game. Oh, is it? Which one is it? It is!
Yeah!
Oh, I need the controls again. Why is my life meter so low already? Was it just from that Hangman's Gambit game?
I think it takes a lot to recharge it.
Okay, so brake and accelerate and jump.
There you go.
Okay, so accelerate, let's go.
Why does he make obstacles in his own mind for himself?
These are just the, it's not him making them, this is the stupids.
Oh, the uncertainties.
Mm-hmm.
This game isn't even having the questions. Okay.
Wait, why did Hiyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene?
I think it was hidden.
Yeah. For sure, for sure.
What was the other option? It was brought here?
Yeah. This feels like Jeopardy or something.
A little bit. The music reminds me a lot of it too.
Okay. Zoom, 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 zoom.
And they say Mario Kart's the best racer.
This is just... I don't even know.
Yeah.
I like it though.
It's
the mini
funky.
games are cool. They just take a second to learn. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper.
Though, yeah, easy.
Though the curtain, I mean, that's not a bad, like...
But we've seen nothing that contributes to that, you know?
Yeah, but it probably would have been a better idea than the wallpaper.
Now, that's what I would have gone with originally, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could get away with a murder in this scenario?
I don't know. These people are pretty smart.
I know. I'm not smart enough for it at all.
I wouldn't want to.
I just take my chances that I either get killed or make it out.
Yeah. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They formed a wall, or they covered the
I want to
pillar.
say covered the pillar, but I thought...
Because it was on... But we looked at it.
talked about that, but they might have just not included it, you know?
Right.
It looks like that was right, though.
We did it. This literally feels like you just finished a Mario Kart level.
It does.
It's even got the Rainbow Road.
Real, wow. I didn't even think about that part.
I'd love to play Mario Kart sometime.
That'd be
Hyogo's body
great
was
for the
hidden
channel,
before we
especially with
found
how competitive we get.
Yeah, I mean, I hate you. Also, wow, look how short she is
I
compared
know,
to mine.
right?
Do they really need to include that detail? I mean, come on.
It's interesting though that those two like buddies are like bordering us.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
Yeah.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
Okay.
See, we looked at it beforehand, though, and it
Is it
wasn't.
possible instead of draping it over, they draped it under? So if this is the bar, instead of having it this way, they had it this way. So the bar was still visible.
I guess they could have. I don't know. It looked like the exact same. I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't look like bigger or smaller or anything.
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered
Oh.
Hyogo's body was already there.
So they just wrapped it around it. They didn't hang it off of anything. I still don't know why that piece of scrap is there, but maybe it like got caught and tore off, you know?
I want to see a before picture.
See, look,
It was concealed
it's
within
so
a
much
slightly
skinnier.
larger pillar. I didn't realize that at the time.
What?
Look how skinny it looks now.
Yeah. What are they? How'd they do that?
I have no idea.
How would they get up there?
That's a lot of manpower to take that down in 10 minutes. I feel like you'd have a better time just taping the body in that 10 minutes and then leaving.
Can she have just put it on the other side? I don't
Right.
know. Honestly, yeah, just hiding it behind the curtain would have, like behind that speaker behind the curtain. I don't know.
Well, it's meant to imitate the movie. And in the movie, they were hung up like that.
See, why would they imitate the movie anyway? That just leaves more clues.
Yeah, I don't see the point in that. It's got to be someone who's got a screw loose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
Well, who do we know that loves movies?
I don't know.
I thought the princess liked movies and stuff.
Oh, I guess she does like drama shows and stuff, so maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Though it seems weird to me that the princess would do it.
I don't know why she would do it. Maybe what she told us happened in the motel.
Is a lie.
Mm-hmm. To make it seem
Okay.
like maybe they had like an argument or something there instead.
Huh.
They used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
Okay.
The baton
Yeah, look
lighting
how much
forms a
thicker it
perfect
is.
circle around the pillar. So
Yeah, but-
using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Like,
Oh.
okay, but what's it hanging off of right now?
Yeah,
And how's that scrap of wallpaper stuck on it before?
we got our answers. I guess we'll just settle for that. Maybe it happened while they were hanging it up and didn't notice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
The wallpaper was covered in so many stickers as to make it look like that pillar.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's explained.
Okay.
That's how they hid Hyogo's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
So here's the problem I'm seeing.
Okay.
Mm,
Interesting.
okay. Never mind. Maybe it's not that big of a problem. So we're thinking they actually recorded it up in this
The hospital.
the hospital room, whatever, like conference room, I think.
Mhm.
Does that mean like after they finished recording that, they like sprinted into the music venue after us? Then
That's true.
I feel like they would need two people almost on this, especially because they'd have to run there in a hospital gown,
Yeah, that'd be so obvious.
right? And the only, I don't know.
And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
It was there before.
Yeah.
Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
Okay, you know
Itself
what?
would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone.
What?
I feel like the things that Mikon have said so much could almost be like, it's
Suspicious.
so bold. You know, wow, they're bold to do that. Or what she said earlier, where it's like,
Yeah, well, she's been
I'm
saying
too
some weird
clumsy, I
stuff.
can't do it.
She has been saying weird, funny stuff.
So, I don't know, just something I'm noticing.
Could someone else have caught it in the time that they had it?
What do you mean?
The despair disease.
See, I don't know. I don't think the despair disease was going to spread.
But we don't have proof either way.
I know, but just the way the movie goes, only 3 people got it. And those 3 symptoms were synonymous with what we had in real life. Or the game. Not real life, but, you know.
Well, there was also the witch.
Did she have the disease, though?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's just continue.
They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're
Hey, that's
pretty
true. That's
noisy
illegal.
for someone who eats mothballs.
Moss or moth? Because it says moss, but he said moth.
What are mothballs again?
I thought it's like, I've always heard that old people smell like them.
Anyway,
Eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them.
you guys are weird.
They are, I
There
don't
are
like them.
so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
And the Tin Man was supposed to be...
Akane.
I thought... was it Akane?
Because the Tin Man was real sad. The Scarecrow doesn't have a... Who got hanged? Hun.
No, I thought Akane was supposed to be the lion. And then Nagito was supposed to be the Tin Man. Because I thought it was the lion that lost their...
They were gullible. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know The Wizard of Oz. You've seen the movie, not me.
I've never seen the movie.
I thought you said you did.
No, I just knew what it was based off of.
Oh,
But why did the killer
Everyone
go to
knows The
all
Wizard
this
of
trouble
Oz,
in the first
kind of.
place?
I don't.
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the 2 victims in that movie, I should be able to explain that now. Because they like movies, that's fair. To hide the weapon to mix up the killing order. That makes sense.
I'm lost.
Because the
Hey, we only have 50
scarecrow,
seconds.
the scarecrow died before the lion. But it was actually the lion that died IRL before the...
Okay. Okay. I trust you. I trust you.
Thank you.
The reason the killer
I gained
imitated
health.
2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean?
Love Gundam. I also hate him. I don't hate him.
You're going to cry and beg like that? Then I guess I'll hear about the condition of...
What are you talking about, Gundam?
Dude, he's like a... What was it? A Chunibyo? The disease. You know the show?
Oh.
Yeah, he's that. Or not disease. Like a condition.
He has main character syndrome.
Basically. Yeah.
I'm not even crying.
She's defensive now.
I will let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Right?
You were a jerk earlier. You can't say anything. Oops.
That's true. You got accused and you're immediately defensive.
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
Guys, this
Oh my
isn't
god.
important.
Guys, chill.
Bigger jerk? Impossible!
I love that you guys are jerks.
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
Also, it's so weird to me that hanged is actually the right way to say it.
And hung isn't?
No, you're not supposed to say hung when you're talking about a hanging. Hanged is correct.
Hanging as in people dying?
Yeah, if someone
But
gets...
otherwise hung. Like, I hung up Christmas lights works.
Yeah, that
but
works.
that person hung themselves isn't.
No, you have to say that person hanged themselves.
I'm learning Spanish. This is ridiculous.
I always just thought that was weird, because if I were to just naturally say that, just without thinking about it, I'd say that person hung themselves.
Well, hanged doesn't sound right in the first place.
Yeah, it doesn't, but it's technically correct.
Right.
Like in writing, I think you're supposed to say that.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
What's wrong with that?
Noted for when I write my Danganronpa 2 fanfiction.
Wonderful.
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed.
Because of the blood on her shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Okay.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather.
Can you shut up?
That scar is definitely makeup, and that's a contact lens.
Out of your league.
Come on, man.
It's too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Don't point him out like that, man. It's totally a real scar from a Pomeranian.
Yeah, probably. Isn't that what it actually was, I thought?
I think so.
Or that was his hellhound or whatever he fought?
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's being annoying again.
And he's worse than Nagito.
Foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
She's getting moody.
I would too.
Seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Come on, man. We're supposed to all be friends. You know
I
how
like
much
how the
we've been
hamster's
through?
like, delusion!
You're delusional!
Also, I never noticed the one is on his bottom hand.
Oh, that's cute. He's sitting on his finger like a bird.
Huh.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Boom, 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 boom.
This is my favorite minigame.
It's cool. I like snowboarding.
Yeah. Well, Blood on the Souls, I think, is what it's gonna be.
Yeah. There's also blood on the
Hiyoko
stepladder.
died.
Mm.
Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Okay.
That's
not-
a
I'm telling
disagree.
you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If
Hmm.
her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yes.
But there you go. I
Were
think
there
it's that
even
then.
any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was
Mhm.
like sitting or something.
What are you talking
Still,
about,
there'd be a
Soda?
mark on her ass.
I didn't even think about that.
Weak, I say.
Oops.
It
Oops.
doesn't
You
even
shot it?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut it with the silencer, because I'm epic.
When Hiyoko died,
Ibuki's feet were on
Alright, first
telling you
blue
to
one.
present your evidence.
Who was it?
Did you see
I
her
don't know.
walking?
I don't remember.
if her feet
It was
were
Sonya.
on the floor,
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah,
there any sign she stepped on something?
yeah.
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
You are killing me,
Did I
man.
miss?
Maybe her feet were.
Yeah,
she
it
was,
c-
like,
I think it
sitting,
counts
so
for the whole
instead there'd be
thing.
Weak. It doesn't even pierce
No, it
my
doesn't.
heart.
It might.
It doesn't. I've like hit it before, like around it. I think I hit the white part.
Just slow down time and use a silencer.
Oh my god.
Because you're gonna do this
fine.
every single time.
No, no, no.
There you go.
I
Perfect.
agree with that.
I agree with that!
Ooh, maybe that's a thumbnail. People like the thumbnails that are of like those cards.
Just as
They
Sonya
really
said,
do.
They do.
something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
Yeah.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Correct.
And it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If
Ye-
Ibuki stepped on
You know,
her
I don't
blood,
understand.
Hmm.
So, I don't know exactly how it works, but if her throat is slit,
Mm-hmm.
but then they tape it up right away,
Well, there's clearly enough that seeped out to get on, like, most of her clothes, so some could have gotten on the floor.
Just wherever she was killed and not there.
Yeah, so she probably got killed right there.
Somewhere else. Or you mean
No, like
there?
right where the blood stain was on the stage.
And they cleaned up most of it but couldn't get all of it?
Right, they tried to clean it up, but...
Because like Fuyuhiko said, if your throat is slit, there's buckets of blood.
Mm-hmm.
So the amount that was on her kimono, it was only like her collar and a little bit of her like arm and sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
So...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the...
Whoa!
That's the thumbnail.
You can't use all of them, Ethan.
I'll find a way.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Why are you so involved, my man? Can you, like...
It's a little suspicious.
You are a little suspicious at the moment. It's
Anyways.
always the people that try and defend, that, like, argue against you that are like,
Yeah.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
we don't know. We have no idea what he's saying.
just saying nonsense.
Mean you have a rebuttal?
What? Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Gundam's my new favorite, guys. The sarcasm is amazing.
But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Show me your serious side, Gundam.
You're so frightened you can't even make it. It seems you really...
I hope we don't even do the minigame. We just get confused and leave it at the end.
However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Oh my god, man.
Okay.
Rebuttal showdown. Rope used for him. So what are we arguing?
We have a lot of
Smudge on the
options.
floor?
I think so.
Okay.
Seems like a good spot to start.
Let me remember the buttons! Okay, so slash, overturn, fast forward.
Overturn's like the super hit, right? No, what's overturn?
Wait, what's the difference between overturn and truth blade?
Fire truth blade? You mean?
Yeah.
I think fire truth blade is when you like are done. Like that's the final hit where everything explodes.
No, that's overturn. I thought. Whatever.
Ha! Impossible!
Oh,
To remember there was no... You can't step on blood that was
Oops.
never there.
I need to argue with the blood.
Yeah, that's when you do your super hit, right?
Yeah. Okay. Despite his exaggerated protests, I feel like I've already seen an opening to counter. Is this a trap?
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet...
Gundam's a trap?
Impossible!
I can see it.
Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Die!
I love the idea of like Hajime's like, no, you're wrong, and pulls out a knife and starts attacking.
Gundam just splits in half.
That'd be amazing.
The killer wiped it away afterward.
That'd be an easy trial, though.
It would be an easy trial.
Who killed Gundam Tanaka?
It was him. He did it.
Yeah, that'd be a quick one. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because they wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
I hate this guy.
He's seeming more and more suspicious.
Yes, I do.
I do.
You're an idiot.
And I'll show it to you.
There's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but
They were running out of time.
Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Okay, so that's why it's not super obvious right here.
So the question I have.
Mm-hmm.
So we theorize that they recorded the video we saw and this actual event was two separate places, right?
Right. So what we saw on the video was actually being recorded live up in the conference room.
Right. But the thing is, I still don't understand why they did that. Like, why does it need to not be live? Because then they have to record that, run all the way back down, undo the body, paint up the wall.
Because Ibuki was already dead.
So Ibuki's been there for God knows how long.
I think so.
And they recorded that video, waited till we went to do it. So they must have, like... So who was in the hospital at the time? It was Mikan.
Mikan, Nagito, Akane, and Ibuki was dead.
I want to mark Akane is just not an option because it's Akane. Not to be rude, but I don't see her doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nagito, I feel like was improving at that time, but still bedridden.
Well, I still think it's suspicious. He was the only one ever acting like in critical condition, and he was in his liar state. So I think he was lying that he was in a critical state. I think he was playing up an act there.
But you know what might be the point to disprove that?
Not
Ibuki. He was asked if he's feeling better, and he said, "Yeah, I'm feeling fine." So wouldn't the lie be, "No, I'm feeling worse"? If that was the case, when he was sick and in critical condition.
That's a good point too, I think.
But the thing is, Mikan's kind of my biggest suspect right now.
She has been saying some funny stuff.
Because I think she could easily look out that curtain once the video's done and it's cut off and stuff, see Hajime's running, change, or honestly, she could just have her clothes on underneath the robe. That's not a problem. Right? I mean, you can throw the robe on, because she had the robe and the hemp bag on, if she was the one who did it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she does that, see Hajime went, as soon as she sees him running, go in there, tear down the wallpaper, glue the door shut, meet Fuyuhiko, and meet with us.
I guess it's possible. We definitely need some more evidence to prove that, though.
So far, though, that's where things are lying with me.
I wonder what Gundam has to do with it, though.
I think he's an idiot.
You think he's just stupid?
I think he's stupid.
That
I think
is
he's tired of
reasonable.
not being the main character for these trials and wanted the spotlight a little.
And yet he's making himself look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as we see Gundam kill
Ibuki's
someone...
body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
If Gundam did kill someone, you would find writings and ravings about the Shadow Realm and Godzilla or whatever he believes in. So
Godzilla?
yeah.
Are you not a believer in Godzilla?
Probably
Not quite.
wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't make me suspicious of her, but...
None of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
I mean, if the killer was aware of that
Unless
fact.
Mikan did know it, and then did that to make it look like it wasn't her because she knew that.
Because I could totally see her being like a secret genius.
Mm-hmm.
I totally could.
I mean,
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
maybe she screwed with her own autopsy because...
Because then she could... Because she's the only one that can say that.
Yeah.
That could honestly be a lie. I don't think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be, and it could be like, oh, well, Mikan's the one we gotta trust, right?
Right.
That's right. I didn't know the time of death because of the heater.
Sure, buddy.
Isn't she supposed to be like your favorite or something?
If she did do this, then she's especially my favorite. I won't lie.
The
Fair.
time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It
Okay.
appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Okay.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
There is if you vote the wrong person, moron.
Yeah, and then
Can't
you're
you
all
just
dead.
shut up and back off?
Thanks, Soda.
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Of course there is.
Poor Monokuma.
Didn't something like this happen
No,
last time too?
he can suffer through it.
He always gets put with like a hard question.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all. Yourself.
I might know how this is gonna go.
Think so?
What if Ibuki was influenced, so to speak, to do all of this?
Mm-hmm.
She killed Hyoko, whatever else, but someone else was pulling the scenes?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
The strings.
strings, yeah?
Yep.
So then at the end of it, we have to vote for Ibuki because that's who it was. And the killer, the killer gets away.
Oh, that would be funny.
That would be awesome.
I think that's possible. That would explain, or well,
But it goes by mastermind. Pekka was the one who did it, but Fuyuhiko could have been the guilty one.
see, I just wonder. Okay, I think it's possible Ibuki could have killed Hiyoko, but someone else definitely would have had to run in there and tear down the wallpaper and do all that stuff still.
Yeah, she didn't do that while she was dead.
Yeah.
Unless she's the biggest actor to ever exist. I mean, there's ways you can fake a noose if you like tie it around your stomach, but still keep it tight. I saw it in a movie one time.
Hey, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But we have the rope as proof. We still haven't used that though, actually.
We'll see where it comes up.
Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
That works.
Yeah. Okay.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Is everyone just ignoring that everyone was... like, Ibuki just listened to what she was told. So, I feel like that hasn't been brought up or mentioned yet.
I feel like you could pretty much just tell her to do it. It's possible Ibuki...
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
That's right.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
And someone would have had to tear down the wallpaper.
Then she was alive.
Okay.
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
Okay.
Really?
She waited until Hajime left. That's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
Did she fake it?
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging.
But what if she doesn't have
Her
a say
body
in
would
it?
have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad.
Okay.
Now I'm free to search for the killer.
If that's what we're running with.
There's still one more issue on my mind.
God, my brain is like... it's like it started off really simple, really easy, like, boop, and then it just started stacking paperweight after paperweight. Now I have like a dumbbell. Now I have like a whole like barbell on my head.
It's gone from like a piece of toast to like a 7 patty stacked sandwich. You know what I mean? It's complicated.
My head's getting heavy.
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
I can explain that to you already.
Yeah, we already know that.
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Bum, bum, bum.
Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
They didn't
No,
need to.
that's wrong.
I don't know anything about that.
Yes, you do, Nagito. Don't lie.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
She's also been vocal this trial.
Right?
Like, normally she throws in, like, a few odd things, you know? Like, something that is helpful.
Or inappropriate.
Or inappropriate. That's true. That's really her two settings. But now it's like I could see her just, like, throwing in things here or there to throw it off, but still lead us to a different conclusion. So, I don't know.
I don't know either.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Ooh.
Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
Right.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
Correct.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
You can't download OBS on it.
Then the video Hajime
It really is a
saw was
godsend.
actual live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
It was like,
Before the Monokuma announcement.
yeah.
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement.
It's too much. I give up. Save and quit for the day. I should probably save anyway.
Yeah.
I just like to be safe.
Yeah,
Save.
I gotcha. I feel like anytime the game's like gonna crash mid-trial and it's gonna suck.
Right. Right before
Since
Monokuma's
we established
announcement.
that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki,
Right.
that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Bum, bum,
We just have
bum.
to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Everyone bow.
All right.
Alright. Who has the weakest alibi here?
All right.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Okay.
Everyone at the motel was doing that.
Except for
So
Hiyoko.
everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't
Think.
have an alibi.
What
That's
about
right.
you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
It's probably
That's
true.
not an alibi.
Yes, it is.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease,
So we kill him.
if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Oh no! The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time. Before and during.
Fuyuhiko.
We can
Okay,
exclude
let's
the
look at
sick
our
people
evidence.
like me and Akane, right?
Movie invitation? Maybe.
And
I don't
what
think
about
that'll
the
do it.
others?
Sonya's? What was Sonya's account?
We can look, can't we?
Yeah. Sonya's account.
Sonya.
Wasn't that just about Hiyoko? Hiyoko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled and she was unable to tie it on her own. That's when Sonya apparently told her about the full-length mirror in the music venue's storage room.
So that covers before, but not after.
That was like the day before, though, wasn't it?
I thought that was that morning, like early morning.
Oh. Was
I
it?
thought. I could be wrong.
Was it? I don't know.
I could be wrong. But I feel
Worth
like...
noting.
Okay.
What about the
Right
others?
before the morning
Fuyuhiko
announcement.
and Mikan.
Fuyuhiko and Mikan's account.
I thought Fuyuhiko's was pretty solid.
Fuyuhiko just chilling. After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in the front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. Oh, they split up?
Okay.
I didn't know that. They checked the movie theater and Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time.
Okay. So that puts Fuyuhiko in the clear, I think. But not Mikan.
Okay.
Because if they're split up... Hold on, does it say where they searched?
Yeah, it says they split up to search. They checked the movie theater and Electric Avenue.
But who did which?
Don't know.
Okay.
Mikan's account. Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterward, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko.
Okay. So is it possible she knew Ibuki was gone? Because I'm guessing Ibuki had been gone for a while at that point. Right?
Right.
So is it possible Ibuki was already doing all that crap in the theater, whatever? Not the theater, the music concert room. And then she plays dumb. She films that video that she saw right when we separated.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh my gosh, Ibuki's gone. So she goes to get Fuyuhiko and start looking. And then while she's searching, put the air quotes for that,
Uh-huh. Went to
She-
cover up the evidence.
she goes to uncover the evidence. and then seal the door and put the drumstick.
Okay. So,
What are you thinking? Because so far that tracks for me. I don't see any issue there.
that just seems like an awful lot of running around to do in 10 minutes. I wish we had like a time frame for how long it took to run from the hospital to the music venue.
Well, the second she separated from us, she could have started recording that video.
Yeah.
And then the second she turns it off, she can go around, go down, and then she meets with Fuyuhiko. She has time to do all that stuff. All she has to do is rip wallpaper down and seal up a door.
Wasn't there a clue about... Whatever.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Surveillance monitor video.
I think
Maybe this
everyone
is
at the
it.
motel was doing that.
I think this is the one we're gonna have to use.
So everyone
Okay.
who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from
Okay,
those afflicted
so we
by
can
the
agree with
disease,
him on
if
that.
nobody has an alibi, then
Nobody?
Operation Destroy the
Okay,
Weakest
let's look at the
alibi has
beginning
failed.
once again because I missed him.
I don't know.
Ugh.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what
Okay.
about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Sleeping?
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
I can't really argue with
So
that.
everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own
Can
cottage.
we agree with him being in his own cottage?
That's
Can we
not
agree
an
with
alibi.
Fuyuhiko's account? It doesn't
Aside from
mention
those
his
afflicted
cottage.
by the disease,
Hmm.
if nobody has an alibi,
Nobody
then
has an
Operation
alibi.
Destroy the Weakest alibi has failed.
Can we disagree with her saying that someone does have an alibi and just talk to like me? Use Mikon against her to disagree when she says no one has an alibi.
We can exclude the sick people like
Okay,
me
so
and Akane,
Mikon's
right?
argument that...
Account versus what Sonia
And what
says.
about the others?
You sure?
Right before the I was
No.
totally sleeping.
But I don't have any other
Everyone
idea.
who stayed at
Oh.
What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be.
That's not
Because that is an alibi in and of itself.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody...
No, that's
Oh, you're right. Ooh. Got him.
Sheesh! I'm doing it now too.
You're doing the arm thing?
Yeah.